Hello everyone, welcome back to Aunt Carla and Peyton James toy review. Today we're going to be reviewing our new Rocky the Singing Lobster. He was made by Jimmy in 2000 and features the same exact technology as Big Mouth Billy Bass. It was one of the first singing lobsters made after Lucky the Singing Lobster came on the scene, which was made by Jimmy's sister company, Sunstar Singing. Back up a little bit.
Sunstar Industries, everyone.
There are different revisions of Rocky the Singing Lobster. This is the first model. You can tell because it has a high-pitched singing voice.
And it has a short body and a less detailed plaque. And by the way, guys, I do make sure that my aunt can review things, but sometimes if she forgets things, I will step in and help her, guys. So don't worry, guys.
Rocky the Singing Lobster is just like Big Mouth Billy Bass in that he can be activated either by the motion sensor or flipping the switch. We're going to give you a demonstration now.
He looks magenta on camera.
As you can see, this Rocky the Singing Lobster is the rubber-legged model, which we have never owned before. So this is our first one with the rubber legs.
And this one is also much better too, because as you can see, guys, the legs don't come off as easily. The one I had before this was the plastic leg model, and it was a first generation, but it was a plastic leg one, and they would come off because they were separate legs. As you can see, they're all molded on the exact same piece, as you can see, so it's like all one leg, but it's molded to be separate legs. It's hard to explain, but if you look at it, you can see what I mean. Plastic leg model, it's like each individual leg is in a hole on the side of the body. It's very hard to explain, but if you've seen those other models, you know what I mean. And the plastic leg models, their legs are very sloppy. These legs are straight, and then the plastic leg model, one leg's over here, one leg's down, one leg's and then they're straight down. This one, the legs are up like this. I think the rubber leg models are definitely better, so it's a good thing this one is a rubber leg model. I think the plastic leg model is technically rubber, but it's just much harder rubber, so I still consider it plastic. And don't worry, guys, I will have another video of this guy on both this channel, and I'll have another video on my channel that, obviously just shows the activation of him, but, I also made a video of my rocking fish on this channel as well, so, yeah, now I'll do motion sensor. Also, one weird thing about Rocky, is that he doesn't have an easel on the back. I don't know why. Even Larry has one, and so does, I think Lucky I don't think Lucky does, but Rocky doesn't have the stand on the back. I'm guessing it's just because how he moves, maybe because of how his head goes out when you turn him. It won't. His head goes out when you turn him. Not recommended what I did, by the way, guys. So yeah. And now we're gonna do motion sensor. Also, this guy is apparently a model 6 according to the QC sticker or whatever that means, because he's a first generation, obviously, but sixth one that they inspected for quality control, I suppose. My other one said QC Pass 2, my old one that I had, and then my first one had QC Pass 1. So, I mean, that's random, I know. This is random. This one's so much better than my old one. My old one didn't even work on batteries.
You know, there are 3 generations of this guy. The second gen is longer tailed and a lower pitch. Also with a whistle piece and black cloth, and much more detail on the plaque.
And I will say, guys, that I don't have a second gen, but they are known to break easier than these guys because they have a whistle piece. The whistle piece fish, I've had time with those guys because I've ran through several Billy Bass Juniors, and I will say it's not worth getting a ton of Billy Bass Juniors because one I had worked except for the mouth, and then the head snapped on camera. You might have seen it on my Mr. Sean Mead account. And then I had one that the tail and mouth both worked, and then I guess either the whistle piece or the gear split, and I think it was the whistle piece that actually split in the tail. So yeah, and I don't know how to fix the whistle piece. Luckily these guys don't break as easily. And most people tell you these guys when they're broken, it's always a split gear because these guys have 3 motors like Billy Bass. Whereas the whistle piece ones only have 2 motors. They just break easier. The whistle piece ones slam down a lot harder, which is probably another reason they break easier. Like really hard. Like if you watched videos of those ones, you'll know what I'm talking about. And their heads are shorter too, so that probably plays a part in how they break. And then there's
The 3rd gen made is an Australian model, and the 4th one is a newly discovered model. The Australian model has the same exact circuit board as Travis the Trout, which means it sings Doo-Wah Diddy and Don't Rock the Boat. And the newly discovered model is Swedish.
which I think, guys, don't get me wrong, but I think someone acknowledged it and they thought it was French. Like someone said, there's a French model, but there's no videos of it. And then someone literally found a video of it and it was revealed to be Swedish. And yeah, it was a big shock when people found out about it. But there might be a French one that exists. You never know. Um, Other Jimmy Lobsters include Lucky And that's really the only other Jimmy lobster I can think of because I don't think Jimmy made very many lobsters. There are the non-Jimmy ones like Big Mouth Larry Lobster, Larry the Singing Lobster, and I could go on and on about the non-Jimmy lobsters because there are lots of them. But the Jimmy ones were definitely better quality for sure because they actually have a mouth. Some of the, like, there's one called Singing Lobster that just has the same board as Boogie Bass, which, by the way, doesn't make any sense because if you know how Boogie Bass works, it doesn't make any sense. And it has the same mechanism as Boogie Bass. So if you take it apart, the mouth is like it's sideways, so like it just looks like one of the fish's mechanisms. So like you can tell like the face moves sideways, but that's because the mouth mechanism is actually moving. Like it's weird. It's very weird. Um, I definitely think Jimmy did a good job with trying to make it look like it has a mouth because considering lobsters don't have a mouth, this was a good idea for sure back in 2000. Um, so that's Rocky the Singing Lobster. Um, and one of my favorite Jimmy singing fish. He's not technically a fish, but he's in the same category, so that I'm considering a singing fish. Um, that's really it.